Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot with your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. First, I would love to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of the journey with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you happen to be new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, wow, already into it, most aligned, loving, authentic selves. And we do things completely differently around here. So with that being said, if the message does happen to resonate, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find everything you need in the description box below. So today we are asking, what is your next big breakthrough? This was a channeled message that I got during meditation yesterday, and I'm actually super excited to do that. We're going to be using the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle by Kim Kranz. And let's go ahead and hop into your prayer and we'll start your reading. Okay, my beloved source, this prayer is for anyone and everyone who comes onto this reading, whether it's for the entire time or for a moment's time. Today I ask that you wrap them in your love, support, care, mercy, and grace. We're always hoping that the steps we're taking are leading us to our most aligned path, and sometimes we will take some pretty crazy roundabout ways to get there, but ultimately the journey is as the journey is. And it's not necessarily about taking the exact right steps as much as it is about enjoying and being present with what is as it arises. Some days are going to be phenomenal, great. We're going to feel our best. And other days, we're not going to feel that way. We're going to feel like we're really disconnected, or we're not in tune, or that we misstep somewhere along the way and be in a bad mood and be really in a low vibration. But instead of us blaming ourselves for these days or being overly exuberant about the positive days, reminding us along the journey that each day we wake up a brand new person, and that we get to be present with that person as the day progresses, and learn more about ourselves, and learn more about who this person is today that's showing up. And that as we continue to align with that truth, we begin to understand that it was never about becoming anything as much as it was about being still and present with this moment. As these words are spoken upon this collective, onto my tribe, and onto this reading, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my beloved source. Thank you. Right, so let me move this out of the way, possibly, and we'll get to shuffling. All right, so source, what is your next big breakthrough? For my fellow human source, what would you like to share with them? What is your next big breakthrough? What is your next big breakthrough? Source, what messages do you have for my collective? What is your next big breakthrough? What would you like us to know, Source? What is your next big breakthrough? What oracle cards are going to help us better understand this? What is your next big breakthrough? Okay, thank you. What is your next big breakthrough? All right. For pile number 1, what is your next big breakthrough? Source, what oracle card is going to help us better understand this message? Pile number 1, what is your next big breakthrough? Thank you. Okay, for pile number 2, Source, what oracle card is going to help us better understand? Pile number 2, what is your next big breakthrough? What is your next big breakthrough, pile number 2? Source, what oracle card is going to help us better understand this message? Pile number 2, what is your next big breakthrough? Thank you. All right, pile number 3, what is your next big breakthrough? Source, what oracle card is going to help us better understand this? Pile number 3, what is your next big breakthrough? Pile number 3, what is your next big breakthrough? What oracle card is going to help us better understand this today, Source? Okay, thank you. Okay, collective message. We've got the lizard. I love the lizard. This was actually the very first card that came out for myself when I got this deck. And so I definitely have an affinity to this card just because its resonance and it stuck with me. But it really talks about our ability to sense things through an intuitive state. And it talks about being able to use that as our navigation system. Not questioning what way to go, not questioning who we are. And that goes hand in hand with what I was talking about in the prayer, right? Like, rather than worrying about when things are negative or low vibration, or when we're not having our best of best days, or even when we are having our best of best days, instead of being overwhelmed by the emotion that's backing each of those situations and circumstances, Lizard comes through to help remind us to stay connected to our internal wisdom and to let our instincts guide us rather than the emotion itself. And of course, this is easier said than done, because when we have something that we want to greatly celebrate, it's hard not to scream out for joy and be like, wow, this is the coolest thing ever, and tell every person that we see. And likewise, when we're having a really bad day, some of us want to tell everyone to get support, and others of us will go completely silent and not say anything to anybody. But rather than being in either one extreme, it's about coming into that centered place and allowing you to be in control of the journey by being in control of yourself. And so the lizard is an incredibly spiritual energy coming through. And I love that this is coming out on your next big breakthrough, because it's showing that not only are you breaking beyond some sort of spiritual barrier that was there, you're also tapping into a deeper innate wisdom that resides within yourself, something that's more ancient than even our DNA code. And it's coming through in a very clear and concise way. And through that, I feel like this is something that is going to drive you with deep passion and understanding of who you are in the next chapter of your life. You're no longer going to be wondering if what you're doing is right. You're just going to be knowing that I'm doing what's right for me. And there's a difference, right? It's not having someone say, yeah, the actions you're taking are right, and this is going to give you this and this is going to give you that. Rather, it's saying, I'm going to take action for myself, and I'm not going to worry about what the consequences are for that. If it feels right for me, then that is enough, because I am enough. So let's see what Lizard has to say from the book. All right, Lizard, where are you at, me friend? Right here. It says instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, and dreamer. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception, as if it has a sixth sense. The lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights and the big city and return to the inner artist, who's been whispering your name. When in balance, you're artistic, telepathic, and spiritual. When out of balance, you tend to be elusive, non-committal, and flaky. And to bring into balance a creative project. So, right, coming back to that creator within, and not being so elusive on the journey. I feel like there is an overwhelm across the collective right now for sure, and it's making us want to go into hermit mode, but rather than going into hermit mode, we're just eluding everything. We're like, nope, I'm checking out. I've definitely been feeling this as well, and the collective energy has been super heavy on top of that. And so it's just like not checking out, but rather checking in with ourselves and trusting that Lizard is going to guide us on the next part of our journey. What a beautiful message. All right, so let me get this set up here. I think I want to do it this way. Yeah. All right, are we in frame? Okay, good. So for pile number 1, I do have this beautiful piece of amethyst for you to choose from. We have this dice with the 10th house on it. For pile number 2, we have this little grandfather clock charm. We have this dice with the 3rd house on it for you to choose from. For pile number 3, we have this rhodonite obelisk. Or we have this dice with the 2nd house for you to choose from. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, and whichever pile you feel called to, that should be the one for you, and I will see you over on your pile. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of amethyst, or if you were drawn to this dice with the 10th house on it, or if you were perhaps called to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on what is your next big breakthrough. First, I would like to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of the journey with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic selves. We do things differently around here, so with that being said, if the message does happen to resonate, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And we will go ahead and hop to it and find out what is your next big breakthrough. Pile number 1, Source, what would you like to share with us today? Pile 1, what is your next big breakthrough? Source, what messages would you like to bring forth today? Interesting. So we've got the 3rd house We have Taurus and we have Pluto energy. There's definitely a huge transformation coming in the way that you are presenting yourself, whether that's just in general or if that's how you're speaking to others or how you're seeing the world. The next big breakthrough is also going to help you come more in alignment with your self-worth and your self-value. This actually feels like, to me, very deep inner child healing and letting go of that guilt and the shame that might have been weighing on you. There's a lot of subconscious purging that's happening right now. So old patterns that are being brought to the surface so that you can literally face them and go through those emotions that were there and let them go for good. Now, we also have to keep in mind that sometimes those situations will arise from time to time in our life. It's not as a punishment. It's not even necessarily as a test. It's just a reminder that we've already let them go. But I feel like here with you, Pile 1, what your next big breakthrough is really coming into this space of internal abundance, which is then going to get mirrored out in the outer realm. This could be financial. You could be getting some sort of real estate deal going on here, getting into real estate. You could be inheriting something as well. This could be an inheritance of like money or property or even a car or vehicle. And I feel like this is something that is feeling well overdue, but is coming in divine time, right? It feels like, oh, it's been so long. This was supposed to happen way back when. And when you receive it, something is going to shift within your mindset as well. You're going to be seeing like, oh, like it had to wait until I was at this particular junction in my life, because otherwise it wouldn't have been as impactful as it is. And so there is a deep sense of gratitude that's coming with this as well. But I feel like mainly this is you and the way you look at yourself. You're no longer seeing yourself as frail, as fragile, or as an outcast. You're no longer feeling an outcast from others as well. This is you empowering yourself and taking up that baton and saying, I have a right to belong as well. Even if I don't fit in with what society thinks that I should be, I still belong here. And I'm going to be my weird, unique, silly self all the best that I can, because I'd rather be that than to feel trapped by what everyone else thinks I need to be or should be. If that's the way they want to live their life, then cool. You're letting them do that. But you're no longer going to be bothered by that. And so there's a lot of wow, let me try that again. Magnetization, is that the right word? You're magnetizing quite a bit of things to you. So monetary wealth, physical appearance. This is luxury, the ability to enjoy life. And luxury doesn't have to be super extravagant, right? Luxury could just be being able to go and get your hair done every month instead of every 6 months. It could be going and getting new shoes. It could be going and getting a new set of clothes so that you can have a little bit nicer clothes in your wardrobe, right? It doesn't have to be something super extravagant like living in a mansion on the coast, having a yacht, but it could be. But for many of you, this is more of a modest type of abundance that's coming in, and to be grateful for whatever it is that arises, right? Because this is going to be more than what you have had. Okay, so I had an idea for this. I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to get some cards from the Tarot Marseille, and then I'm going to also get some cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot, and we're going to see what the next big breakthrough is, okay? So pile number 1, what is your next big breakthrough? Pile number 1, what is your next big breakthrough? Definitely feels like a new foundation is being created here for you. Thank you. What is your next big breakthrough? Yeah, you are letting go of old belief systems here. This is something that has kept you feeling like you needed to be small, act small, or dim your light around others. So what is your next big breakthrough, pile 1? Source, what would you like to share with us? Okay. Thank you. All right. Pile number 1. What is your next big breakthrough? Source, what would you like to share with us? Yeah, there's been a lot of negativity. This could be people. This could just be negative thoughts. This could be circumstances. There's been a lot of low vibrational circumstances that you've had to go through. I feel like with this one being the one that wants to be seen right now, like I said, I'm going to do this a little bit differently than I normally do. But I feel like this is just saying here, it's like you're facing that part of yourself that has agreed to allowing that negativity to overrun your life. And again, this feels very much like in my mind type energy, right? So thinking negative thoughts about yourself, believing negative beliefs, or feeling like what other people have said about you has to be the truth. You're putting down that heavy coat and saying, you know what, I'm just going to leave that where it is and let it be, because I can't handle that anymore, right? I was never meant to handle that. And so the next big breakthrough is really truly seeing, are these thoughts really worth carrying to the next chapter of my life? And are they real? Are they an illusion, or is this my reality? And if it's my reality, is it because it's something that I have believed for so long that it has become a part of my reality? Or is this really a truth that I'm living? And this is being very clear about how you're looking at the journey itself. And that's a powerful way to come through it. So let's get some of the Kim crayons and I'll show you what I'll do here. Wow. These were all funky in the way they shuffled. Okay. All right. What is your next big breakthrough? Source, what else would you like to share with us? What is your next big breakthrough? Okay, thank you. What is your next big breakthrough? Wow, for some reason, I'm having difficulty shuffling these. You're kind of being stubborn. Okay, yeah, so this could have been stubborn thoughts coming in. These, like, persistent. These are very persistent. They did not want to, it's like the nail that sticks out gets hammered. And this was a thought that kept sticking out, but no matter how much you might have hammered on it, it just was reluctant and resistant to that being hammered. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to put these out of frame. I see what they are. I'll show you in just a second. I just want to flip over all the cards. What is your next big breakthrough? Pile number 1. Source, what more would you like to share with us? Yeah, all of them flipped over. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Mother of Pentacles. Yeah. A very abundant time is coming into your life where you are very nurturing of others, but very nurturing of yourself, right? I cannot take care of others if I don't first take care of myself. And so your next big breakthrough is, it feels monetary in some way, shape, or form. So like if you've been struggling, you're not going to be struggling the way that you were. Again, I'm not going to promise this is a windfall of money where suddenly you go from being broke to being stupid rich, right? That's not what this is. And oftentimes that's not how our manifestations work. It is a slow climb. But I feel like the next stair that you climb is going to be one of significant change and gains as well. And it's going to be something that really takes you from where you're at, maybe worrying about things and really feeling like I have to rely on certain things that I didn't want to rely on, where now you can let go of those dependencies and you're going to feel much more independent, right? Like I said, it could be going and getting your hair done every month instead of every 6 months, or maybe once a year. However it is, right? So this is something that's coming through for you for sure. So I'm going to put this just out here. So we have the 10 of Cups, the 5 of Wands, and the 3 of Wands. They all came out, okay? But they go in line with these. So we have the Chariot. Yeah. We have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Okay. So this is really telling, actually. Can you see that? Okay. Honestly, this is energy where you were feeling spiritually defeated, okay? and going from spiritually defeated to stepping into a place of leadership where you're now empowering yourself. And this is your next big breakthrough, is really recognizing that I have this internal strength that I can rely on if I allow myself to change, if I allow myself to look at it differently, if I choose to take a different step in a different direction. And not always is that easy, because a lot of times we like to sit and blame others for our misfortune, and there's really no blame to be had, right? If someone is being an obstacle, the obstacle is the journey, right? Like, when we look at it that way, we recognize that it's up to us to figure out how we get through that obstacle. It's not the obstacle that's the problem. It's we're learning. It's not even a problem. We're learning clear-cut resolution and problem-solving skills along the journey. But so much of the time we've been conditioned to believe that the obstacle is the problem and the reason that we should have blame. Even if it's a person, it's a circumstance, whatever it is, the obstacle itself is a part of the journey. And so this is what it feels like. Instead of seeing the obstacle as the problem and feeling defeated because of the obstacle, you're now empowering yourself to come into this place of intentional action, and also recognizing that your emotions are yours and yours alone. And that in itself is very motivating for you. And you're helping others. You're bringing connections to others where others wouldn't have had connection. So this could be something online where you're connecting a community online, or you're connecting a community within your home or your district or wherever you're at. But it does feel like, or this could even be generational connections, right? Where you're now connecting a family, realizing that there didn't have to be this distance between you, but now you're connecting your family. And we see here the breakthrough is actually coming from this energy here, okay? This was a person or a situation that was very brutal and unkind and manipulative, okay? And again, we can always try to blame the person, but at the end of the day, when we look at it as the obstacle is the journey, then the person or the situation really doesn't have anything to do with it. It's how creative can we get to overcome this? And so we see here with the Five of Wands that even though this situation or this person may have knocked you down many times, you are so resilient that you still regain your balance and stand back up and continue to fight for your journey. You continue to move forward. And this person is looking into the past, right? At the Chariot here. They're looking into the past at the Chariot, at how you used to be. So they're used to getting you when you're down, or the situation's used to getting into your head when you're down. But that's not going to be the thing anymore. So now you're moving on from something that was very overwhelming and seeing that there was a lot of negativity that was here. But that negativity in and of itself has actually opened up doors and opportunities for you with the Three of Wands here. You're seeing the path through. You're seeing that I don't have to carry this negativity. I don't have to believe what others are believing about me. And so your next big breakthrough is literally shifting timelines here. You're walking through a portal. And that's going to be a portal to happiness, a portal to freedom. Healing karmic cycles, healing karmic wounds, healing generational cycles as well. On the bottom, yeah. So we have the Four of Cups in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. So you're going from a place of emotional instability to emotional maturity. Maybe it's not the King of Cups, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. To go from the 4 in reverse to the 10 in the upright, like, that's a huge leap. Right? And to go to this energy here, the Queen of Coins energy. Underneath that, we have the World, showing that this is absolutely a completion of a cycle for you. This is letting go of something that's been very cyclical in your life. A purging, right? The purging of the old, purging of beliefs. We were talking about that with the dice, those negative thoughts that were telling you weren't worthy or weren't enough. Yes, that might have come from a person. That might have been stemmed from the way that a person was treating you or a situation was treating you. But now you're no longer product of the way that that person, situation, or place is showing up. You're taking your power back. And that's the next breakthrough here, is making a change for yourself. Standing in this Queen of Coins energy, right? The mother, taking care of, but protecting yourself as well. And at times being very rigid when you need to be rigid. You know, that's one thing about the Queen of Coins. Like, she's absolutely nurturing. She's very earthly, right? She's thinking of Mother Earth. Like, I always think of Mother Earth when I see the Queen of Coins, because that's a very similar energy. It's just this very, I'm going to ground you, I'm going to take care of you. But also the other thing is that sometimes Mother Earth is immovable. It's like she's taking care of her trees and she's immovable, right? Or you might think that there's going to be such a terrible storm that comes through and rips the trees from their roots, but she's immovable. Like, she won't let it happen. She's rigid, but rigid with a cause, because she can and because she needs to be. Because with that type of nurturance and that type of kindness and compassion, it is very easy for people who are in this Four of Cups and reverse energy to come in and take advantage. But that's not going to happen anymore. So there is an essence of wealth that's coming, but this is spiritual wealth. And that spiritual wealth is coming with a variety of blessings for you as well, pile one. We have Yang energy here on the bottom. We have Aries, Leo, Sag, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, with proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. You are moving on from something that has kept you stuck and stagnant, and this heavy energy. And maybe even at times resistant to change or stubborn as well, right? And honoring that. If that's the energy that you were in, honoring that. Not being like, oh, I'm never in that energy, because that is actually not true. We are all in that energy. Even the best of us, okay? But remembering that we take honor and we choose to see that as just a part of the journey. We choose to see that as a part of the process. You know, I was talking about in the collective reading that sometimes there are really high highs and there are really low lows. But it's like, how can we find balance between the two? And that's exactly what's happening here, is you're finding a good sense of balance. You know, fire and earth together. Fire cleanses so that earth can renew. So there's a cleansing aspect that's coming through here. And it's not easy, but it wasn't ever meant to be easy. Yeah, I can't make this up. You are stepping into leadership with Elephant here. And it's abundance. Look at all these flowers around him, Ganesh here. Right, you're stepping into this powerful leadership position. And Ganesh is also the remover of obstacles. And so we see that all obstacles are being abolished for you, but it's actually because of you. It's because you're the one that's making the choice. You're the one that's doing the journey. We have number 10 coming out over the 10 of Cups as well. 10-10, being on the path of purpose. Everything that's happened it was meant to happen. It was meant to happen, but it was for a purpose, to help you empower yourself. Coming back to those rituals with Bison. Number 35 here with 8, which is talking about those karmic cycles again. But it's through the rituals, the things that you do to reconnect to your spiritual side, to your higher self, just to ground yourself as well. Like when you're feeling disconnected or out of sorts, You know, what do you do to reconnect? So it's like anytime that comes up, continue to follow those rituals that have helped you find balance along the journey. This is what makes you the leader, because a leader is someone who shares their experience. They lead by example, right? They, not a dictatorship or a tyranny where it's like, you do as I say because I'm the one that has the power. That's not what a leader is. A leader is someone that says, hey, I've been through this and this is what I did to overcome that. And we see that here. You've been through this. This is what you did to overcome that. And that's something that you're going to be able to share with others. And I have that feeling with the dice as well, being in a community, like being a leader to a community. All right, so what else, Source? Thank you. Envy. I'm the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So there could be envy around you because of this situation, or because you're stepping up into this position of power. You know, a lot of people want power, but they don't know how to handle it. They use it as, like I said, the tyranny, where it's like, well, I'm in the power, or dictatorship, so you do what I say because I have this power. You know, it takes someone who's incredibly brave and compassionate to actually get down and dig the trenches with the other people, right? So this is a leadership position at work. It's like, instead of you expecting your team to carry you, you're going to be down doing the grunt work with your team. And that's what makes it different. And that's what makes a team of people want to follow a leader. Because when you have someone who's dictating everything for you, you don't want to follow them. You just do because you have to, or because you feel like you have to, right? Not because you want to. That's the difference. A team that wants to follow you is going to carry you through to successes unknown and unseen and unimaginable. But that's not going to happen with someone who uses power in a negative way. They're going to always be fighting against the wall here. And so remembering that if people show up as envy, instead of taking that personal, just remember that that's their experience of what's going on. They have a right to show up and choose their own journey and see their obstacles as a journey. I'm not the I'm not the problem, right? Again, just like you found that they're not the problem, I'm not the problem. I'm an obstacle on their journey, and it's their choice to choose how they show up to that obstacle. We have Landa and Clarita. Life on Earth is a heroic journey. Mastering the visible and the earthly is as important as mastering the invisible and the mystic. So this is a merging of both the spiritual and the material realm, which is prime ground for manifestation. You're going to be manifesting a lot more. We have Michael and Solis Dia with You Can Do It. Do not give up. Follow the path of your wildest dreams. So don't give up. And like I said, I feel like you've been feeling very heavy. Like there's a very heavy energy coming through. Very feeling like disconnect. And I don't know if I can keep doing this. And when you're dealing with difficult situations like that, it's easy to get discouraged. But if you don't, and you keep moving forward, even if you have to take a step back, but you keep coming back, right? You will make progress. Sagittarius, shoot for the stars. Shoot for your wildest dreams, right? This energy is very similar here. Follow the path to your wildest dreams. Shoot for the stars. Don't be afraid to ask for something that seems impossible. Because when you manifest it, that's the thing. Like, I've always seen people who ask for things and they're like, this is impossible. I'm never going to get this. But then when they manifest it, they always say, I wish I had asked for more. So, you know, that's something I hear so much in the spiritual community and the manifestation community. It's like, I wish I had asked for more. So don't be afraid to ask for something that's stupid, wild, and crazy, right? Like, that's okay. Ask for that. On the bottom, two-faced, sometimes showing only part of ourselves to the world. Guard vulnerability wisely. Okay, and so this is that energy where it's like, sometimes, right, being a leader means knowing what to say and when not to say something at all. And so sometimes just being silent is going to help move you miles beyond where you are. I want to get a couple of Panther cards. I haven't brought these out in a while, so I felt like it was time to bring them out. All right. What is your next big breakthrough, pile number 1? Confinement flipped over. We have captivity, tolerance, and unfreedom. So this is that confirmation that I was feeling. Like this is something that's been confining you with that 5 of Swords energy, right? It's been a very stuck feeling. Whether this was someone or a situation or place that you've been staying at, it felt very confining. There's a lot of grief here between you and this situation with loss. We have bereavement, sorrow, and damage. There's a lot of hurt here. Okay, and honoring that hurt is powerful because that means that you're feeling into those emotions and validating what it is that you've been feeling. Like that's not a bad thing and that's not wrong. It's when we validate our own feelings, then we can let go of them, right? Put down the heavy coat. I don't want to carry this heavy coat no more. Stress. This has been a very stressful situation for you. So your next big breakthrough is moving on from this. Headache, pressure, lack of sleep. Let's get one more. What is your next big breakthrough? What is your next big breakthrough? Okay, they want this one. All right, thank you, Source. On the bottom, yeah, we have overload, excess, obligation, and overwhelm. Isn't it funny? Like, look at all these cards, right? They're all covering their eyes are closed, their heads are down, right? So this is Source acknowledging that what you've been through has been very difficult. It's like, I want to close in on myself. If you look, like closing in, closing in, closing in, closing in. It's like closing off the heart. But when you're able to reopen the heart, then good things are coming. This popped out of the deck. So yeah, when you open your heart, you get luck. And look at this. We have a $10 million check here, but we have the jackpot, fortune, and rewards. So that's exactly what I was feeling. Like there is monetary gain coming in. It might not be a lottery, but it is going to be very, very big fortune for you, right? More than what you've had before. And it's going to feel really good because you're going to be able to take care of things that maybe you've been struggling to take care of up until recently. House 4. Didn't I say generational curses? I believe I did. At some point, I said that. So we've got the 4th house here, cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. So this could be buying a new home for yourself. This could be, you know, getting away from someone or getting away from a situation, like a roommate situation. It doesn't have to be, but that's what I'm getting. It's like finding peace and comfort again in a home situation, or finally, like I was saying with the family situation, like finally finding resolution there, right? Okay, so we've got death, and with the loss here, that could be why. So if you're getting an inheritance, maybe there was a death in the family or a loss in the family. And I'm so sorry if that's the case. You know, I'm never happy to give this type of news, but if that is the case, like I am sorry that you're going through that. But for many of you, I feel like this is the ending of something. This is that purging energy. It's a death of the emotional ego. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. Cardinal energy, bright new beginning ahead. Yeah, you're moving away from this really low vibrational energy. It's very sad energy. It's a very sad energy here. Unseen justice. Invisible forces of fairness play around you. Align your actions with integrity to harness their power. Fairness flows through the unseen. So there is justice in this situation for you. Maybe where you felt like things weren't fair or like everyone else was receiving but you weren't. You're going to start seeing that change for you. What did I say? You're changing timelines, and we have quantum leap here. Venturing into new realms. The risks are high, but so are the potential rewards. Fortune favors the brave. Yeah, you are most definitely switching timelines here. You're coming into a more higher vibrational timeline for sure. I love this. We have self-love, self-concern, self-healing, and independence. And we got that. This is another confirmation. We got that with the dice. Gain. Didn't I say big gains? Oh, I love that. We have cultivation, profit, and conclusion. So something is ending and profit is coming. There's a gain that's coming here. Okay, so let's take a look at your card. I'm going to read this from the book. Wow, Peacock. You want to talk about prosperity? Let's talk about Peacock, huh? In my other animal deck, the Peacock card is literally prosperity. That's what it means. The peacocks are very abundant, very beautiful. All right, so owl, dragonfly, nightingale, hawk, peacock. Okay. Look at this. And didn't I say like something to do with your image too, like how you see yourself? And the first thing is inner beauty, right? So it's like your inner beauty is mirroring out into the outer realm. Compassion, assimilator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life. So it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. When in balance, you are confident and kind. When out of balance, you can't digest situations. To bring into balance, meditate on the navel. That's really telling, because this whole time I was feeling it's like that energy that was coming in was, you know, they're not the problem. They're part of the journey, right? The obstacle isn't the problem. It's the journey itself. And that's that being able to digest all of life experiences, right? Not in that state of harboring resentment, conflict, or the past pain. Just literally seeing it as, okay, this is a part of the journey right now, and I'm going to take it as it comes. What a powerful message, pile number one. I love this reading. If you felt like this was your reading, leave the little peacock emoji down below and say, I digest all that life throws at me, knowing that I have no reason to hold on, and I free myself from the confinement or the cages of the past. And if it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you're to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out the description box. It'll have everything that you need. With that, I would like to take this moment to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this incredibly powerful message. And until next time, pile number one, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow humans, and if you were drawn to this dice with the third house on it, I forgot what I was trying to say. But if you were called to this dice, or if you were called to this little grandfather clock charm, or if you happen to be called to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be a reading on what is your next breakthrough. First, I'd like to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of the journey with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic selves. We do things completely differently here. So with that in mind, if the message does happen to resonate, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. All right, so we're going to get into it. But first things first is that you might have very prominent Aquarian placements in your chart. That was a message that just came through that I need to start with. So yeah, let's find out. What is your next big breakthrough, pile number two, source? What would you like to share with us? What is your next big breakthrough, pile number two? Source, what would you like to share with us? And if you don't have Aquarius in your chart, just know that's okay too. So we've got Scorpio, the fifth house, and the moon. Okay. So your next big breakthrough, pile number two, is deep inner healing. And that might not sound really fancy or anything like that. Like, what's the big deal? No, this is actually a huge deal. This is something that's been holding you back for a while. I apologize. I don't know if I can switch the Oh, that's not. Okay. This is the one I want. Let's try it on natural. Yeah, let's try that for a little while. Okay, so the thing is this is huge because this is healing that has been needed for a long time. This is something or a cluster of something that has really kept you in a state of lack and poverty, and also a state of pain. Like there's a state of having a lot of betrayals in your life, a lot of codependencies in your life, a lot of missteps when you're dating or when you were dating. This is a lot of things that you've been through with people. Okay, this is other people. This isn't necessarily circumstances. This has to do with people. And this is coming from the mother wound and the father wound as well. So this could have been an absent father and an emotionally absent mother. This could have been a very aggressive father and an overbearing mother. This could have been super protective parents who didn't allow you to do anything. So again, it's just showing that the collection of parents and or caretakers, their actions together, or their one action minus the other. This could have been a present father and an absent mother as well. This is that energy where it has been so ingrained in you that there was no stopping it, right? There was no stopping this from controlling your life. There was no stopping this from being a part of your identity, because this is all you knew growing up. There was a lot of vain and egotistical energy that you grew up around, and at some points that may have caused being egotistical on your own side as well, or being in that energy feeling like that was the safe mask to put on. And please, there's no judgment here, right? We all have to take accountability for what we've done in our lives. On the other side though, that could have been energy where you were dealing with so many people who were in their ego that you became an acute empath, and just to save yourself from harsh situations, you became the emotional pillar upon which everyone stood on. And friends included. You didn't know how to set safe boundaries with friends. You didn't know how to set safe boundaries with lovers. You didn't know how to set safe boundaries in general, just in life. And I feel like a lot of people maybe walked all over you until you either shut down completely or you bit back. And when you bit back, you bit back so hard that they would disappear, and you got used to that. And I feel like you've been really lonely on your journey for a long time, and you grew to embrace the solitude, and it was no longer about being lonely. It was about being in solitude, because at least in solitude it feels safe. And so this is about healing those disconnections that you've had with building solid relationships with others. You're learning how to integrate emotional, mental, and spiritual connection, and you're no longer settling for superficial connections, right? These people who are just fly by night, just want to come in and jump out because they want to make themselves feel better. Like, you're going to be connecting with people who can develop very deep emotional bonds, and this is going to be something that's very, very new to you. All right, so we're going to get some tarot out, and I'm going to do this a little bit different than I normally do, pile 2. So hang with me and you'll see what I mean. All right, so let's get the Tarot Marseille. What is your next big breakthrough? Pile number 2. What is your next big breakthrough? Pile number 2. What is your next big breakthrough? I do feel like there is also money that's coming in, and there's going to be people. Now, this could be something that, like, you were doing a project for a long time, or this could be, like, it feels like backdated money. Like, it feels like some sort of something that you did a long time ago, and now you're getting the reward from it. And I feel like there's also going to be people coming out of the woodwork like, hey, pile 2, don't you remember that we're friends? Don't you know, like, we're this? And you're going to be like, really? Because no, you haven't been in that part of my life. So that's something that they want you to be aware of. What is your next big breakthrough, pile number 2? Yeah, so I do feel like one of the big breakthroughs is a reward here, and also being able to set a boundary. Maybe before, when you got money, it was hard for you to set a boundary and you ended up stretching yourself thin to help other people or to impress other people. Yeah. Okay, so the 6 of Wands came out in the reverse. This one wants to come out too. Okay. We'll check the bottom of the deck in a minute. Alright, let me grab the Wild Unknown Tarot and we'll get some more messages. What is your next big breakthrough, pile number 2? Source, what would you like to share with us? So the 6 of Wands came out on the bottom of the deck in the upright, and we're talking about going from someone who's greedy and who's using you to fulfill their greed to coming into success, and also having people in your energy that want to see you succeed, that want to see you become who you were always meant to be. Like your biggest cheerleaders here. What is your next big breakthrough, pile number 2? One more. What is your next big breakthrough? Yeah, and I feel like the thing is that you've grown so different and distant from those old connections that if they do try to come back, they're not going to know it hit them, right? They're going to be super shocked by the way that you show up. What is your next big breakthrough, pile number 2? Source, what would you like to share with us? What is your next big breakthrough? Wow, okay, so we've got all your cards at once. We have the 5 of Coins. We have the Hermit. Wasn't I saying that? And then we have the Daughter of Cups. And we'll take a look at this as a whole in just a second. On the bottom of this deck, we have the Daughter of Swords. Yeah, there was a point where it was really hard for you to deal and to face with whatever was going on in your reality. So like whatever was happening, it was just really hard to see this as, is this really the way life has to be? Is this really the way life is? And for a long time, that's the way that it was. And you're healing from that belief. You're recognizing that now you get to choose the reality that you want to live in. And where it might not happen overnight, you're allowing it to unfold in a very natural way. And it's feeling very new, and it's taking the steps that you need to become aligned with that internal wisdom. All right, so let's see. We've got the 6 of Swords in the reverse, the 6 of Wands in the reverse, and the 4 of Swords. Yeah, a lot of action based on feelings of inadequacy and feelings of regret and feeling stuck, like feeling like this is the way that I have to do things because of peer pressure. So that energy where it's like I'm feeling like I have to, my actions have to revolve around a person, right? These people, my actions revolve around these people. I'm walking on eggshells. I'm having to do things a certain way because this person is present, or because these people freak out whenever I take time to myself. Like I'm not wanting to rock the boat. Right? With the 5 of Coins here and the 6 of Swords in the reverse, it's like I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to create more tension and hassle than I already have. But what's happening is a big shift here. The 5 of Coins in the Tarot Marseille talks about something huge is happening. Okay, and we're talking about your next big breakthrough. So what better card to come up than the 5 of Coins when we're talking about the breakthrough? Going from a place of sadness into a place of stability. Realizing you don't have to carry the burden of sadness anymore. You don't have to carry their burdens anymore, right? You can let that go. Whereas once you were forced to taking action or feeling forced to take action based on how someone else was showing up, now you're taking time to really determine and decipher and discern what is good for you. What actions are good for you. Okay. So it's like if someone's trying to force you into something, you're stepping back and you're saying, I need to take some time. Like I need to really think about this. Okay. And that's the next big breakthrough is you're your home, right? You're your home. You're your safety. You are where everything begins and where everything ends. It's no longer about what's going on out there. It's about what's going on internally here, and shedding a light within and letting that be what guides you to the decisions that you're making. You're not going to be rushed anymore, and you're not going to be forced into doing things you don't like to do just because someone has attitude, or just because someone's showing up in a really crooked way, or just because someone thinks that they can manipulate and control you. That's not going to be a thing anymore. You're not letting that happen any longer. And that's a powerful place to be. I'm actually really proud of you, pile number 2, because it took a lot of courage for you to heal from something like this. And so if no one's told you, I'm telling you, I'm proud of you, because most people will let energy like this control them for a huge portion of their life, and they still won't go in, and they'll still be a product of it. So to step away from that takes a lot of courage. Okay, and we've got the Four of Swords here with the Daughter of Cups. So again, this very fresh feeling, right? It's a very new energy that's coming in. Underneath this is the Moon. We have the healing, and under that, the Fool, the new beginning with the Ace of Cups. Oh my goodness. A new beginning in self-love, a new beginning in connection with the divine, not worrying about the risks anymore for what it means to be who you are, and let others see that part of yourself. Even if it's people from the past, you're going to see, like, you're not going to change anymore based on people's actions or how they show up. You're not changing anymore, right? It's not about that anymore. So if someone showed up and you made yourself feel small or dimmed your light because of the way this person showed up, that's not going to happen anymore. And a lot of these people are in for a rude awakening. But you know what? At the end of the day, that's not your business. It's your business to take care of yourself. But we see that here. It's like there's a lot of peer pressure and a lot of people putting you in a situation. And, you know, I talked about this also in pile 1. It's not really their fault. They're a part of the journey. And so it's not holding on to that resentment because of the way they showed up. We have no control over the way people show up. But sometimes in our little human minds, we believe that because we feel a certain way about something, that should be enough weight to make someone show up in a different way. And unfortunately, it's not. But our emotional egos have convinced us that we're some superhero like that we can think certain thoughts and we can force those thoughts onto other people, and they're going to act in that way, or they're going to finally figure out what it is that we're feeling internally. And it's just not the way that it works, right? So stepping away from being stuck in a situation where you were throttled off from source, and stepping into this place of truly giving back to yourself, even if it's small bits, like even if it's 5 minutes here and 10 minutes here, those little moments will begin to add up, and they will turn your life around. Because the more you do that and the more you show up for yourself, the easier it becomes to show up for yourself. And the more you feel the impact of that as well. And so there's this fresh new beginning on the horizon for you, but it's a fresh new beginning of letting go of where other people are showing up from. Because there's a lot of negative energy that's around you right now. And unfortunately, that's just some people. Like, some people are just really negative. Some people cannot see. You could put the best of the best of the best, most positive thing in front of their face, and they would still find something negative about it. They would still find something wrong with it. Some people are just like that. So this is the disruption of that. It's like something that has been feeling very heavy is getting disrupted, and it's destabilizing. This is not something that's going to be holding on any longer. Everything is coming to an end here. These are very first unsure steps, but with sincere intentions. And you're trying to figure out your own feelings now. Like, who am I away from all this negativity? And that's okay, right? That's a good thing. Yeah, and there's this breaking up alliances of opponents. So this could have been people who ganged up on you, or, you know, it's like if you're like the outcast, it's like the whole family or all your friends might gang up on you if you can call them friends at that point. But you know what I mean? It's like that. It's like you felt by yourself. It was you against this group of people. It was you against or just against this belief that kept leading you to a certain group of people as well. So this is preparation for future challenges as well. You're now in a place where you see your power, but it's scary at first to use the power, right? But it comes with that first step. You're able to do that. You're able to tap into that power because you're on that quest for truth, for understanding. Let's see what's on the bottom here. Oh my goodness. We have the 5 of Cups. Okay, so we see that the overall energy of these people, they've been nosy. They want to know what's going on with you. These are people who are spying on you. These are people who are watching your every move. These are people who are gossiping about you when things aren't blowing up like they think that they should. Man, they've got a whole bunch of stories to tell about you. They got a whole bunch of things to tell everybody who lended a listening ear about you. And I feel like a lot of those stories have gotten back to you. And if they haven't, this is just your intuition picking up on that. And you're very aware of that. And it's hurtful, right? It's hurtful when people gossip about us. It's hurtful when people tell lies about us. It's hurtful. But again, we can't control how they're going to show up. We can only choose how we show up. And not stooping to their level is the first thing, right? Not sharing gossip or telling stories about these people. But at the same time, it's just letting them open their mouth and insert foot, because success is going to speak for itself. And I feel like that's what's really happening for you. You're healing so much that it's going to get the ball rolling in your life. It's already rolling, but it's going to give it an extra push. And through that extra push, you're going to start seeing a lot of things line up for you. But mostly this is going to be that energy of feeling empowered with self, regardless of who's in your life. What is your next big breakthrough, pile 2? Source, what more would you like to share with us? Thank you. On the bottom, Aries, independent, bravery, and passion, a bright new beginning. It just heard too. Yeah, so this is a new beginning. Which breakthroughs are. It's not surprising that the beginning cards are coming out, because breakthroughs are very much a brand new beginning. Because it's fresh, it's new. We haven't reached this level before, right? Ooh, yeah, we've got Red Fox flipping over here with strategy. So keeping your wits about you is going to be the number one thing right now. There's going to be people who maybe try to bring you down or make you feel bad about where you've come or how far you've gotten. But having a strategy now is going to be in your biggest favor. And I feel like you're going to be able to strategize easily with this. You're going to know exactly what to share, exactly what not to share. And it's not going to be something that's going to take up too much of your mind power. Wow, we have connections with Tarantula here. So again, source confirming that these are connections. These are people that you've been dealing with. And it's rough. It's rough when people are like this in our lives, you know, especially when in your heart, you just want the best for every person that you come into contact with. And the fact that there are so many people that aren't like that out there, like they don't want to see you do your best. They don't want to see you succeed because they have their own personal agendas that they're attending to, their own insecurities, their own fears, or whatever it is, right? Yeah. And right now for you, your next big breakthrough is happiness. So where things have not been happy, where things have been very stifled and overwhelming, you're coming into a state of happiness. I'm aware that being happy means I'm on the right path. You're doing what you want to do for yourself. That's it. Breaking free. What did I say? You've been lonely. And we have loneliness on the bottom of the deck here. Loneliness. Okay, I know that I am never alone. It was lonely at first. But now you have grown to appreciate the solitude, because the solitude is what charges your batteries. And that is such a foreign concept to people who are running away from themselves and trying to fill every aspect of their day with people, with meetings, with things to do. To see or meet someone that's just willing to go home and just sit in peace, that's such a weird concept to them. It's alien. But you've grown accustomed to that and you found freedom in it as well. And the peace that it's given you is it far outweighs this egoic want to belong to everybody. And that's your next big breakthrough, is really embracing that solitude. So you might be coming into a state of solitude where if you had people in your life, or you thought there was a bunch of people in your life, like you're coming into a place of solitude now where, you know, they could come back, but I just feel like this is sort of drawing you away from everybody to really realign with what you want, right? Those fresh new steps. Those fresh new steps, and those fresh new steps of healing and taking that new beginning. So you could have Aquarius moon here. You could also have a Capricorn moon is coming in. A Scorpio, a Leo moon, and a Virgo rising is really coming in. Oh, wow. I almost shuffled this again. It's on the bottom. We have Creus, bond with number 1. Abundance, variety, and happiness are making their way into your life. The time of harvest has arrived. So your next big breakthrough is happiness, right? And happiness is cultivated. And so I feel like a lot of people think that one day, once I get XYZ, I'll be happy. But you've learned along the way that that's not the case, right? You've learned along the way that happiness is something that I have to work at each and every day. And there are going to be some days when maybe you're not happy, and that's okay, right? So I had a card fall out. I'm just seeing if this is the card they want for you. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. That's the one. It just fell out of the deck, so we're going to take it. On the bottom, yes. Okay, we've got blessings. Let the blessings unfold. Benefics here. Right? So a lot of benefic energy coming into you. A lot of auspicious energy as well. Just this blessings that are coming in that you finally are receiving from work that you've done for so long. This could have been something you started a year ago. It could have been something you started 5 years ago. It could have been something you even started a decade ago. And, you know, it just kind of became something you did because you loved doing it, and you just kind of forgot about the money that was tied to it. Odds and ends. In the game of chance, the odds are ever shifting. Focus on what you can control. Control your play, not the game. Yeah. So that goes hand in hand with what I felt earlier. It's like, you know, no longer trying to control how a person shows up, right? Like thinking these things like, you will treat me with respect, and they still don't. And you're like, what the heck, right? Like, I can't control that. I can't. Okay, so we've got veiled paths. A hidden path in the secret garden offers a shortcut. Will you choose bravery or safety? Choose the path less traveled. So there's a new path that's opening up for you. It is a shortcut to your happiness. It's also a shortcut to abundance. We have the serpent's whisper. Beware the silver-tongued serpent, for their sweetest words may carry venom. Listen, but trust cautiously. You know, this is interesting because this is giving me energy that where maybe you've had a person come into your life, or you've had a couple of people come into your life that you thought were going to be on the journey with you. And you're realizing now that maybe you trusted too quickly because of that loneliness. Like, I just wanted a person in my life. I just wanted a friendship in my life. And you may be realizing that they're just not who they have said that they are. Like, there's a lot more to that. Or this is also what I was saying, like the gossip that's coming through. These people who are incredibly nosy in your life, wanting to get anything that they can from you just so that they can spread stories about you or make fun of you or, you know, hurt you behind your back. We have freedom, independence. Freedom stems from independence, control. So your finances for security. Don't rely on others. Yeah. Yeah. So this is coming into that space of realizing, like, being in solitude is not loneliness, but a lot of people have difficulties with that because they think, oh, there's no one around, so I must be alone. But to be alone doesn't mean you're lonely. And that's a misconcept. So I do feel like for some, you're letting go of someone who you thought, or you're letting go of a group of people who you thought were for you, and you're realizing they're not. And for others of you, you are coming into this space of really truly embracing the solitude and recognizing that you've been cultivating happiness all along. We have libation here. Donation, prayer, and religion. So this feels like this is your prayers are being answered, is what this feels like to me. Okay? You're getting assistance, filling up the cup. You're filling up your cup. Oh, okay. Promise. It says responsible, confirmation, and assurance. The promise is yours. So source has promised happiness. Source has promised abundance. Source has promised wealth for you. And that's not necessarily monetary, right? But spiritually, mentally, emotionally, these are things that are promised if you choose to show up and do the work. And so I feel like that's exactly what you've done, is you come and you've done the work, and now the promise is coming to fruition. Live and learn. Yeah, what a powerful energy here. Experience, training, and development. So you've learned some really valuable lessons along the journey. I feel like one more wants to come out. Okay, 2 more came out. Okay, so we have stubbornness, selfishness, mulish attitude, and arrogance. So this could have been the type of people you've been dealing with. They're very stubborn people, like sticking their fingers in there and nanny, nanny, boo, boo, nanny, nanny, boo, boo. Right? Like that could be the type of energy. Or this could have been stubborn energy that you yourself are getting over. And it's coming from this place of care. We have parenthood, patron, and support. You're learning how to support yourself, to give back to your inner child, to be both parents to your inner child. Not relying on others to give to you what you need, but giving that to yourself. And this is the completion of a cycle for you. On the bottom, we have withdraw, quit, awakening, and rejection. So this is a part of your spiritual awakening. What is your next big breakthrough? An awakening. And awakenings are powerful, but they're not necessarily fun and comfortable. Opposition, imbalance, a point of tension, and a power struggle. So there's been an imbalance in this situation. That's that confirmation source is saying this is something that you are moving beyond. Okay? We have Ormakai and Dubin with the time has now come for divine insight. Accept the darkness within you along with the light and follow the path towards wholeness. So you're seeing yourself as a whole being now, and you're accepting the parts of yourself, you know, like what I was saying earlier at the very beginning is like, even with the stubbornness here, it's like if you had arrogance, or if you had a moment where you were in your ego and you were in vanity and pride, right? Like we've all experienced that. That's very human. It's a very human thing to do. But when we are like, oh no, I'm not that person, I would never feel that way. Well, we're already in it, right? Instead of taking accountability for how we've shown up, we're trying to brush it off ourselves. And I feel like that's the thing. You're coming into the state where you're owning the parts of yourself that felt very dark and very distant. Like, I don't want to own those parts of myself. We have Palace, fight the good fight. You've been fighting for your right to belong. You've been fighting for your right to be seen. You've been fighting for your right to be loved. And this is all coming to a head here. You're going to be really reaping the benefits of this as you move on. So what is your next big breakthrough? Pile number 2 is that you're going to be getting the promise here. Whatever it is that you asked for, the promise that was made. And it's coming in the form of support through a time of solitude for you to receive the download and the awakening. So let's take a look at your card. I'm going to read this from the book to see what it says. Wow, we've got crocodile. Whew. This is a very powerful energy. Very powerful. Those eyes are kind of next level. All right, crocodilio. What you got for us, me friend? What you got? Crocodile, the first one for water. Resting. Number 1, resting. Submerging, collecting energy, and cooling off. Yeah, you're withdrawing. You're refilling up your cup with libation there. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion. The crocodile's mantra is wait. This doesn't mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, observing, and building energy. Fill up the vital reserves so your next moves come from a place of wisdom and power. Wow. When in balance, you're wise, patient, and a silent powerhouse. When out of balance, you feel stuck and can tend to lash out. To bring into balance, rest, or the Makarasana pose. And I'm not sure what the Makarasana pose is. Well, that could be crocodile pose, where you lay it on your stomach with your legs at hip width distance or a little bit further apart, and then you put your hands in front of your forehead and you rest your forehead on the back of your hands. So if you look up crocodile pose, it's super simple. It's kind of like a reverse Shavasana or corpse pose, what you might know as corpse pose. But crocodile pose is a very comfortable pose to lie in, and it's a little bit of a back bend as well. And so it can open up your shoulders. But I feel like that is so powerful because honestly, I'm going to be real. It's so funny because crocodile pose is actually my favorite pose besides child's pose. And I love all the other poses. Like, I really do. But crocodile pose is always like, when they're like, let's rest in crocodile. I'm like, yes, crocodile pose. I love you. And so I feel like that's just telling, right? It's like resting. We're coming into this state of resting. You've learned so much. You've fought this fight. You have stood up for yourself. There's been a definite imbalance of energies in this. And part of coming into a place of happiness is to come into a state of stillness. And that's what it feels like is happening here for you. What a powerful reading for you, pile number 2. So this is what I see here for you. If you felt like this was your reading, I don't know if there's a crocodile emoji down below. So I'll give you a choice. Leave either the crocodile emoji or the turtle emoji down below and say, by drawing within, I come into a state of stillness, allowing my senses to rest, to recalibrate, and to refuel so that I can become the silent powerhouse that I am. And if it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box. It'll have everything that you need. With that, I would like to take this moment to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angels, source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this very powerful, profound reading. And until next time, pile number 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with the 2nd house on it, or if you were drawn to this rhodonite obelisk, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on what is your next big breakthrough. First, I have to say it is 3:33 at recording this, and you're pile number 3. So that's a synchronicity. But I want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of the journey with me. Truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you happen to be new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently here on this channel. So that being said, if it happens to resonate with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. So let us go ahead and hop to it and find out what is your next big breakthrough, pile number 3. Source, what messages would you like to share with us? What is your next big breakthrough, pile number 3? Source, what would you like to bring forth? So we have the 10th house, Virgo energy, and Neptune. Grab my block. This feels like whatever it was that was unseen is becoming seen. And it has to do with your career, your finances, what you are building. Maybe you're building a business or you're creating something from scratch. But this really feels like whatever was once unseen is now becoming seen and becoming known. And the next big breakthrough it feels like a confirmation of your intuition. Like you're feeling something that's about to shift. You're feeling something that's about to change, and you yourself have maybe been making small adjustments here and there, really focusing on the minute details, stepping outside of perfectionism and into a state of taking imperfect action, while also allowing yourself to change when feeling the need to change, right? So like, oh, I need to pivot, or I need to do this instead, or I need to try this instead, or I need to go over here instead. Like allowing yourself to do those things when the need arises. And because of that, whatever was unknown or whatever felt like a block or a barrier on your journey, you're actually blasting through it. You are making so much progress here. When they're saying to still be patient, right? But you're gonna see a big step up. This is gonna be a huge progression for you. This could have to do with a promotion, status, fame, fortune, your path of purpose, building a business, healing the father wound, being seen and recognized. Whatever was tied to that was making you feel like you didn't deserve to be seen is being let go. This also feels like an opening of the third eye, you know, and that never is something that stops, right? Like you can already be super psychic and super intuitive, but that's something that continues to grow. It's like a muscle. So if we're using it all the time, it's growing all the time, and it's expanding. It's becoming more in tune. It's becoming more tapped in, right? And it's like, so looking at it this, so if you're a tarot card reader too, right? And this is just the example, like how you read tarot cards right now compared to how when you first picked up a deck is completely different, right? You're not the same person. Like if you had like journaled about that when you first got it and you compare a journal to it now, they're totally different. Now it's more in depth, and now you're feeling the symbology more, and the symbolic meanings behind things, and you're seeing different things that you never saw before, right? So the same thing, like if your intuition and you're using that for discernment for people, like when you first started, it was hard for you to trust in your discernment, right? It was hard for you to trust that this person might not have been a good person for you. But now you're like, oh no, like I get it now. Even if you take a couple of steps in the wrong direction, like, not that we ever take steps in the wrong direction, it's just a redirect, right? Or a detour. But you are quickly able to balance yourself back out. And so your next big breakthrough is a reward for the hard work that you put forth. So if this is something that is in your business, right, it's because you've gained so much experience. You become a master at what it is that you're doing. You've spent so much time doing it that now you're considered a master. And that is something that's coming to the known. It's like being seen now. People are trusting you. People are coming to you for advice. People are asking you to use your mastery for some sort of help or assistance for them. Okay? So we're going to get some tarot on it. I'm doing the tarot a little bit different today, but hang with me and I'll show you what it is that we're doing. But let's see, what is your next big breakthrough, pile number 3? Source, what would you like to share with us today? What is your next big breakthrough, pile number 3? What is your next big breakthrough, pile number 3? Source, what messages do you have for us today? What is your next big breakthrough? Okay, thank you. What is your next big breakthrough, pile number 3? All right, what is your next big breakthrough? What is your next big breakthrough? Okay, so we have this Queen of Swords in the reverse. What is your next big breakthrough? Source, what would you like to share with us today? For pile 3, what is your next big breakthrough? Wow. This one. This one. Thank you. We'll check out the bottom in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to get some more on it with the Wild Unknown Tarot. We're going to find out some more. Okay, so what is your next big breakthrough, pile number 3? Okay, thank you, Source. What is your next big breakthrough? Source, what would you like to share with us? What is your next big breakthrough, pile number 3? What is your next big breakthrough? All right, for pile number 3, Source, what is your next big breakthrough? Okay. And I'll show these to you in a minute. What is your next big breakthrough, pile number 3? What is your next big breakthrough? All right. Pile number 3, what is your next big breakthrough? Pile number 3, what is your next big breakthrough? Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of coins. So independence is coming through. Financial freedom, overcoming illusions of the material and believing in that the fact that you do deserve what it is that you're asking for. This is the ability to take care of yourself. And also this feels very closed off from the world. This is a secret, like a secret initiation. I just heard paper ripping. That was an interesting noise. Yeah, it feels like there's like a contract or there's something here that you're ending. Like maybe you're buying out your car and you're getting your actual car note. Or maybe there's something here that you're getting the deed to and you can like rip up an IOU or something to someone else. This is the next big breakthrough, is having this stability in your life, having this ability to take care of yourself with the 9 of coins. All right, so let's see what we've got here. The 4 of Swords and the the Knight of Swords in the reverse. A lot of swords energy here, a lot of being stuck in your mind, but a lot of feeling like other people have pressured you into believing that you weren't capable. Right, with the Knight of Wands. Wow, I'm gonna get there. The Knight of Swords. So we've got the 5 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, and the Son of Wands. So this is interesting energy here. It's almost like the hurt and the pain that someone that is in this Queen of Swords energy caused. This is someone who's very cold, who's very calculated, who's very malicious in some way with their words. Like the way that they use their words, it feels like it's always meant to cut you down, right? To cut deep. And everything that they've done has been very calculated. And this has fueled some sort of new inspiration for you. Like you're using that pain to step up into this 9 of coins energy, right? A new beginning with the Ace of Wands underneath that. Look at this, the 9 of Cups underneath that, and then the Death beneath that. Yeah, so this is a transformation. This is you stepping into a time where you're going to be happy and independent, where you felt completely stuck. So it's taking the fuel of this person's flames. Like they were always trying to make you feel a certain way, and it's like using that to build something. So this could be to write, to create art, to sing, to write songs, to connect with other people, using that as a way to help others heal. Whatever it is though, there's some sort of new inspiration that's coming, and it feels different, but I also feel like this is like driving you into letting go of this energy for good. You're no longer going to be taking what this person has given to you. It's not that you have taken it, but I do feel like there's been, you know, like the role that this person has played in your life has given them some sort of leniency to the way that they've treated you from you. So like with the 8 of Cups card here, we see this as family, right? This is someone you consider to be family. So this could be a spouse, this could be parents, guardians, this could be kids, this could be even friends that you consider to be family, right? This is someone that pressures you all the time, though. It does feel like one person. It could be multiple people here, but this does feel like one person. Could be a Libra or an Aquarius. Heavy Aquarian energy and heavy Libra energy here. Could be a Pisces or an Aries, Leo, Sag, or Virgo. Aries, Leo, Sag, Scorpio, or Pisces again. Okay. And it could, of course, be someone that has Virgo or Capricorn energy in their chart as well. And if that doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. That's just for someone else. But the thing here is that this person is trying to confine you to their small-mindedness. They're trying to make you feel like the whole world is against you and that they're this big looming shadow that you have to mind, or that they have control over you, and that you have to do what they say. Because if not, they're going to make you feel like you're wretched and that you're the scum of the earth. And I feel like there has been times when they have very much made you feel that way, but your intuition has kicked in and you're realizing that this person has been full of crap for a long time. And the more that you realize that and the more that you see that with your own eyes, instead of letting the title or the role that this person has in your life be the reason they get a free pass, right? The more that you're opening up to the truth of how they're showing up. And it doesn't matter if this person is related to you by blood or if this is someone that's been in your life for a long time, you're realizing, like, I don't have to put up with this. I do not have to do this. I don't have to deal with you being this crazy or this vicious. So this could be a narcissist. It's giving me narcissist vibes, or someone that has narcissistic tendencies. This could be a covert narcissist as well. And that's someone who feigns the ability to connect emotionally and then uses that as a way to victimize themselves. Okay, and so it's a lot more complex than that, but that's just a general basis on it. But this could be someone who really has just left you worse for wear in a lot of situations. I mean, look, all of these cups are broken. They're shattered. Not a single one of them has survived. I don't even think you'd want to pick up one of these to drink from. You know, like, sure, if there's like one that's got like a little broken corner on it, cool, you know, like I can drink from the other side, but all of these are shattered. Like, it's gonna cut deep if you try to drink from them, right? And that's the thing. It's like when they have fed you their lines, it's cut deep. And it's something that you're letting go of. But you're seeing the negativity for what it is. Right? It's okay to sever the connection here. And worms are interesting because even if you cut them in half, they'll still live. They have like 100 hearts in their body. I don't know how many hearts they have, but it's like they'll still live if you cut them in half. Is it cruel? I mean, yeah, it might be, but is it cruel to sever a tie with someone who's acting like that? I mean, is it? It might be. It might not be, right? It's just where you're going. That's the general direction that you're going. So the next big breakthrough is really severing the ties here. No longer feeling an obligation to this person or this situation. And that's why you're getting, this is like a huge push in your financial standpoint, because this person has kept you away from your finances. That's why this is hush hush. That's why this is kept secret. Like, this is protected by the angels. This is protected by source. Okay, like that with the feathers around this, that's what that's giving me. This is very protected. So they might see a little bit of it, but they're not going to know the extent of what it is that you're getting. And this is because you're choosing to let go of this belief that, you know, you're the one that's in the wrong. You're seeing that this person's incredibly conceited. You're seeing that this person is very misled in their beliefs, and that you don't have to be. You can save yourself from this situation. You just have to choose to show up, right? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got the 6 of Cups in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. Wow. This is someone who broke your heart. Okay, so this could be a divorce situation for someone. This could be an ex for sure, or someone that's about to become an ex. This is someone who you entrusted your love with for sure. And they broke you down. And I feel like you lost yourself in them. And it's interesting, okay, because like I've always been drawn to rhodonite, and rhodonite is a powerful stone, and it's actually the first one that came to me. If you know what yoni eggs are, you know, I'm not going to explain too much here. Okay, I don't have much battery left. But the yoni eggs that called to me were rhodonite, and I was always interested as to why I got called to rhodonite per se. And so what I'm about to say is a triggering statement, and so I just want to forewarn you. If you would like to skip forward a couple of minutes, that's fine. But I'm going to say this because this is what it feels very interesting to me. This stone is directly connected with sexual abuse survivors. Okay, and this helps you to heal from sexual abuse. And it's always been one that I have been drawn to because of my own issues with that, and because I've been through that myself. And so this is what helped me heal. And the fact that you were drawn to the rhodonite, if this is the one pile that you were drawn to right off the bat, then it's telling me that there's something here that you're healing from in the sacral chakra that has to do with a sexual connection. It doesn't necessarily have to be abuse, right? But it is something that I had to do this because of. But I do feel like there's also obligation here, and obligation can very quickly turn into abuse if we're not careful. And especially if you're a divine feminine, or if you're a woman, you know, that's something to keep in mind, that obligation does not mean an automatic yes. And we need to teach other people that too. And even men, right? Even men need to remember that and from your own point, right? Not that you're pushing it onto a woman, but like if you are in a partnership like that too, and your partner's pushing you and you're the man, knowing that there's no obligation that automatically means a yes. That doesn't exist. But that's interesting that we were talking about obligation. So this is someone who broke your heart. This is someone who hurt you really badly. This is someone who cut you very deeply. And this is someone who wanted you to feel small because they liked being in control over you. And so I feel like with this, what was unknown is becoming known now. You're recognizing that you had power in this situation all along. And your next big breakthrough, pile number 3, is stepping into your power. And by you stepping into your power, you're going to be given a gift from source having to do with your work, having to do with finances. This is a pay raise. This could be just surprise money coming in, right? And it doesn't have to be massive, but I do feel like it is something that is very noteworthy, but that's going to be kept hush hush, right? For purpose. So for pile number 3, source, what is your next big breakthrough? I can't. We've got the 10th house coming out again. Structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. Yeah, so this has to do with your accomplishments in your career. This is something that you have worked very hard on, and this could have been your escape from this situation for a long time. And this is now helping you to stand in a state of power where you're no longer taking it just because. You're saying, oh no, I don't have to take this. I don't have to put up with it. And source is literally giving you a way out, a way for you to move on. Wow, we have the south node here, destined to release. This is something you're meant to walk away from. Okay. And again, I'm not here to tell you what to do. It's just the cards are saying this is something you're meant to walk away from. So how you walk away from it, always choose to listen to your intuition. Okay. Whatever it is that you feel like you're getting called to do that. Okay. That's how it should be when you're watching tarot readings, when you're watching anybody give you guidance. You know, it's not just taking them for their word and doing exactly what they say, because since these are general readings, it's hard to give very specific guidance because of that, right? Because everybody's situation is different. So maybe walking away is being able to afford your own room, right? Maybe walking away is being able to move out completely. Maybe walking away is being able to afford gas so that you don't have to go home as early, right? So there's different ways to look at it. Yeah, this is the end of a cycle for you with hair and cycles here. This is something that's closing out for good in your life, okay? This is something that has been around for a while. This is something that's been affecting you for a while. And that's what your next big breakthrough is, pile number 3. Honesty. Being honest with yourself is vital at this junction, okay? I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Expecting yourself to be honest with yourself and being truthful in that, right? Like standing in that truth, no matter what. Self-esteem. That's another thing that's coming with this is your self-esteem. You're getting confidence back. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Yeah, this is something that you're giving to others. Didn't I say that? Like you're going to help others. It's going to inspire you to share this with others. I think I said that on your pile. I don't know. Sometimes by the end, sometimes they all just kind of run together. So, and also very quickly, if you have watched all 3 piles, you're part of the Purple Heart Club. And I appreciate you for watching all 3 piles. Just leave a purple heart down below or say I made it and I'll know what that means. Okay. And if you're just here for pile 3, just know that I appreciate you deeply too. Okay. We have Artemis and Louisa Lou. The path ahead will be different. From now on, you will follow the path of transformation. Pay close attention to your quality of life. Yes, what was unseen is becoming seen. You are transforming. Cat Joker, it's time to take action. You are now in urgent need of structure, order, and clarity. So this is going to be new. Okay, and that's why structure, order, and clarity are vital to this part of your journey because it's going to be new. And it can, when we find something that's new, that's out of our normal routine, it can be very easy to start getting lazy or to slack off. And they're saying like, don't do that, right? Keep focusing on order and clarity. Keep focusing on your routines. On the bottom, 3rd house, take a good look around. Yeah, this is someone who is feeding you something. Okay, this is someone who's making you feel one type of way. But now the journey is keep on keeping on. You're about to move away from this. Okay? You're about to move away. I'm actually really excited for you. So I feel like there's a lot of good energy that's coming for everybody. And especially you, pile number 3. There's a lot of good energy coming in. Okay. Let's get, wow. Yep, I just wanted one more. Thank you. On the bottom, we have bravery. You will face a moment where your bravery must mask your fears to inspire others. Wear your bravery. I don't think this card has ever come out. So this is going to take a ton of bravery. The next step, the next big breakthrough is going to ask you to step into a state of bravery. And that might be a challenge, but just know that you're never given more than you can handle. So you are absolutely going to be more than capable of showing up and doing what is being asked of you. Oh, I love this for you. Wow, okay. On the bottom, we have schedule, right? Again, the routine, management, plan, and organize. The routine is vital, okay? So this one is the one that didn't flip over, but we have fate. I love this. And I was talking about being a tarot card reader, so you could be a tarot card reader, but you don't have to be. I just love that fate came out for us, though. And we've got coincidence, fatalism, and fortune telling. Okay, so there's a lot of synchronicities that you're going to start seeing come up. We've got triumph, success, victory, and achievement. This has been the long haul. This has been a long journey. Well, libation. Yeah, this came out in another pile too. This is filling up one's cup, but this is your answered prayers. Why do I hear that song by Garth Brooks? Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers, right? Like, so there's maybe been a lot of unanswered prayers, and it's like, are these really going to get answered? But some of those unanswered ones were so that you could come to this space now. And then the evidence, what was unknown will be made clear. Detection, investigation, and proof. Number 55 here, yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that. You're going to be seeing clearly. So there's something here that you didn't see before, and now you're going to be seeing it clearly. Yeah. So again, this goes with that bravery card, fierceness and Wolverine. Like, you're going to be asked to stand up and be very fierce and brave for yourself. But also this is symbolic because if you see, there's this character behind this guy. It's like you're not going to be doing it alone. You're absolutely going to have your whole team behind you, and they're going to help you with this, okay? Gazimi, we have seized the sunny opportunities. So doors are opening for you. This is your next big breakthrough. And Cancer energy, soften your heart. What you've been through has been very harrowing, and it can very much lead us to a state of closing ourselves off from the good things in life. And so this is a reminder to soften your heart and to stay in that space of like the heart-centric space, right? Being ruled by the heart and not being ruled by the resentment, the hurt, and the pain and the suffering, okay? Harvester, wow, an unexpected truth will soon be revealed, manifesting a reassessment of trust, assess relationships. I cannot make this up. What was unseen will be made clear. What? Oh my goodness. Okay, quantum leap. Venturing into new realms, the risks are high, but so are the potential rewards. Fortune favors the brave. Yeah, so a lot of good energy coming in. You're going to see something very clear now. You're going to be able to make a choice for yourself moving forward. Good news. Yes. Thank you so much, Source. What a beautiful message. Encouragement, miracle, and surprise. So there is good news coming, a surprise, and I feel like that absolutely has to do with this 9 of Coins energy here. Very, very, very clear message. I know it's been a tough journey, but you are so much stronger than you even realize, pile number 3, and you've done so much. You are an inspiration, and I hope that you know that. Like, truly, you are an inspiration. Okay, so we're going to take a look at your card. I'm going to read this one from the book. We're going to see what it says. Dragonfly. You're emerging, and it's interesting because this is the only card I believe in this deck that has a dragon on it, and you got the dragonfly. Wow, so synchronistic, so synchronistic. You, pile number 3, I love it. All right, so dragonfly is right here. Master of the light, illusion, and the mind. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder and awe. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, and it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. When in balance, you see clearly. Whoa, what a synchronicity. Joyful and magical. When out of balance, you can't concentrate, and a busy mind. To bring into balance, focus on your breath. Wow. What a message. And it's interesting. I don't know if you can see this, but this white blob back here looks like a kangaroo to me for some reason. So kangaroo might be a very significant animal in your journey, like a totem or an animal guide for you as well. Or for those of you that are interested, you might want to look up the symbolism of kangaroo, and that might bring an even deeper meaning of this reading to you. So this was incredible. And pile number 3, I just want you to know you're doing an amazing job. I'm super proud of you for how far you've come, and I want you to know you're not alone. Okay, the journey is difficult, but that's the journey. That's the journey, and it reminds us just how powerful we truly are. Okay, so this is what I see here for you. If you felt like this was your reading, leave a dragon emoji down below and say, I stand up and face my challenges with bravery and resolve, and nothing can stop me now. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And with that, I would like to take this moment to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this very powerful message. And until next time, pile number 3, stay human. Bye.